All right, so looking at your responses, some of you had these pie graphs. You were looking at them. They are interesting, but we're not using those. What we're using is the data that we're going to see in the sheets. So even if you already created one, you can click View in Sheets. If you already created one, it opens. If you didn't make one yet, then you just click Create. So you should be looking at a sheet now. And it should have 2 columns of numbers. I have already run into several students who, even though we've asked you not to do ranges, they're looking at these and they're like, oh, oops, I made ranges. If that's you, you're going to have to ask for a little bit of help. Or you can figure it out, but that's up to you. But you should have 2 columns of numbers here. First thing I need to decide is if they're in the right order. So the questions I asked are, how many times a day do you brush your teeth, and how many times a year do you visit the dentist? And it's really not clear to me if one of those actually depends on the other, even though I feel like they should be related. What do you guys think? I don't have an answer. Do you think that the times a day you brush your teeth depends on the times a year you go to the dentist, or is it the other way around?
Wait, the dependent variable is how many times a year?
The dentist? Okay, I'm going to take it because I don't know. For me, it wasn't clear. So Lou is suggesting the times of a year that you visit the dentist depends on the times a day you brush your teeth, okay? And so we're going to keep this as our dependent. And remember, dependent is y, so it's already in the y spot, so I'm good, okay? If I wasn't good, let me show you what I would do. If I wasn't good, I would take this column, I would highlight it, Control X, and move it over here, and then Control V. Cannot, oh, from form, use copy instead, okay. I'll copy it. It didn't let me Control X. I'll do Control C, and then I'll do Control V, okay? Because what I would want is I would want to have the dependent one on the right. Now, I'm going to undo that because mine was good, but remember the dependent one should be the y and it should be on the right. We're going to put this data into Desmos now. You ready? You want to make sure that your y is on the right. So as long as your y is on the right, you can copy the whole thing. Control C, like that. Control C. Go to Desmos. And Control V. That's it, okay? I need to label my axes, so I'm going to go back to my questions. Those are responses, my questions. And I'm just going to copy my questions. That was my X question. Go up here and put it here. And then I need my Y question. This one. Make sure you get them in the right place. I might want to arrange it a little bit so I can see better. You can also click this one, zoom fit, okay? All right, looking at my data, you guys see my data? What do you think? Linear, exponential, quadratic? Not really much of anything, right? Yeah, a lot of you guys are ending up in the same boat with not much of anything. All right, it's really hard to see. Your day 3 notes have all 3 regressions in it, day 3 notes. So if you don't have your actual day 3 notes, you can look in Schoology for them, but here they are as well. I'm going to look at linear. I'm going to look at exponential. And I'm going to look at quadratic. Okay, looking at my 3 shapes, can you guys help me eliminate one of them? Which shape doesn't seem to make the most, which one makes the least sense? I agree that quadratic makes the least sense because there does not seem to be a pattern of increasing and then decreasing, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Looking at these 2, does one seem clearly better than the other? Not Not really. They're pretty similar. They're pretty close. So if my linear and my exponential are pretty close, I'm going to choose linear because it's just easier to use. Okay? You need to describe why you chose the one you chose on your project. And sometimes there's not a clear choice. So you can go through the same process of looking at all three of them to see which one seems to match your data points the most. And then you need to describe how you chose the one you chose. Once you're here, you want to save this. So go over to where it says log in and log in with your Google. And then we're going to save it as project one graph. You can call it whatever you want, actually. It doesn't even matter. But I'm going to save it as something. And I'm going to show you one more thing, which is how to get this into your project, okay? I'm recording this, so hopefully by tonight I can get this into Schoology for you. Over here, share graph, export image, and do not download it, just right click on it and you can copy it and then you can paste it into your project, okay? All right.